So let's think about this situation a little bit. So I'm dealing with a woman who says that I'm just a nasty mouth, you know, bad person and all that sort of stuff. So I'm sitting there, I'm just getting over COVID. People are knocking on my door. The contractors are knocking on my door because we got to do our part. And I just keep, it's like when the contractor the other day came over to put on my internet, and he came in and he went, and I gave him the thumbs up back, and he just, okay, fine. Yeah, I didn't really want to do that anyway, and that's just kind of the way I am, like that, whatever the signal is, I don't even think about it, and then I think about it after the fact, and I'm just like, wait a minute, okay, hang on a second. But the only thing you do when somebody gives you the thumbs up is thumbs up back. Everything's fine. It might mean something else, but let's not think about that. So I was playing this game, but they were just getting more and more and more aggressive. And sometimes they would even come in and lay down on my floor. They said, well, we need to come in and measure something, which they didn't need to measure anything in my house. There was nothing they needed in my house. And so they were, then they all quit. They all quit. I hadn't said anything mean to them. I hadn't said anything nasty. They all quit. I was in there playing, I don't know, Klondike or something. One of those, games where you grow the tomatoes and you sell the tomatoes and you turn them into tomato sauce and all that sort of stuff. and then build another, tomato grove. And but it was playing this like Western music or something like that in the background. Why is she playing that Western music? I'm just playing Klondike. It's just the game. My couch was right next to the window, and they were building the porch. And Dave comes back from talking to Janice, and he's telling his last lone workers, so don't worry, I'm going to get some more help. They're going to get me some people from the Title III list. And said, but they're all black. I don't want to work with any, they're all N's. I don't want to work with any N's. And he said, don't say that word. You say that word, these people get really angry. And then he said, look, you don't understand. We're not doing this job to do anything good for these people. And I have done so many of these jobs. We have a dossier on all of these people. We have all this information. We don't ever forget a thing. I'm going to know exactly how to refuse anybody. I don't want to, they're not all black. And we can get some people that we want. But we just got to go through the Title III list first. But you got to think about it. You can count on me. Look at this woman in here. You don't understand what I had to do to put her in this place. She could have been another Janice. And I lose my mind. And I'm just like, wait a minute. I'm not the N, you are. I'm not the N, you are. And I start screaming. Because, I can relate it to you, 5 years later, like in a calm voice. But at the time, it was just like, what the hell is this man saying? A whole bunch of things just dawn on me all at once. And see, Janice has had the luxury of never having been molested, never having been raped, never having been put in a bad situation like that. And she thinks she knows all about how people who have been there need to cope with it. She hasn't ever been to college. She hasn't ever, I don't know that she's graduated from high school. But she's just done what she's been told all her life, and she's just been lucky to be chosen, and she doesn't know anything at all about hardship in life. And I'm just trying to admit, I'm not saying I'm the worst thing that's ever happened, but when somebody's saying that they're the ones who put you in the lateral lines. They're the ones who put you in the doors opening in the middle of the night and people walking into your bedroom. They're the one. He's the one who put you in a situation where no matter what you're doing, it doesn't count, because he's the one who said you were a whore. And you want to talk to me about one measly word. One measly word. And you want to call me mealy mouth, grifter.